Hello, it's Darren from Grows Plants. It's the 22nd of September and I'm making another video about our wormery. So I've explained the wormery in a previous video about how a wormery works, how it gives you a liquid feed and it will give you compost. But I tend to obviously empty the wormery every 2 years, so it's now due. I tend to do it in autumn when the worms are more dormant, you know, sort of slowing down. So what I've done today is I've basically taken it apart. So go in here, so this is what I mean about the liquid. You know, we put a 1 litre bottle there, we turn the tap, there's not really much there, just a little bit drip inlet, and this is going to give us a liquid feed. 1 litre of this to 4 litres of water will give you a decent feed to feed your plants. So let's turn the tap off. So we have taken it to pieces, and now that it's all the way down there, there's a tiny little bit of compost in the bottom, and then you can probably just see there in the corner that there is a black membrane. Underneath that membrane is some large gravel chippings, granite chippings. That's where all the liquid would end up as all this biodegrades and the worms do their business of digesting all the food waste we put in here. And then turning it into liquid for us. So as I've mentioned in my other video, the membrane has got to be above the tap, and then gravel from there down where the liquid would then sit. So as well as the liquid feed that we get out of this, every 2 years we'd dig it out and then we'd end up with some compost. So I'll show you what the top part was of the wormery, which is not really broken down yet, to the middle, to then where the compost is, where it's broken down completely. So that's what was on the top, as you can see, not broken down at all. And then this was sort of nearly halfway down, almost halfway to breaking down. And then the third bucket here is just before we hit the compost. You can see there's still a lot of fibres in this, like things like that, which are like potato skin, so it's not ready to be compost yet, but this is. Okay, so this is how much compost we've got after 2 years. So we don't really do it just for the compost, because, you know, 2 years worth of compost is hardly worth it. What's that? Probably only not quite a 40 litre bag of compost which you buy in a supermarket, but it's a bonus. That's how I look at it. The main thing we do is for the feed. So if we look at this in closeness, I mean, it's really a good compost, but you'll see things like this